Hello and welcome back to the South Dakota Transplant. It's finally the first part of April. We're about 6 to 8 weeks away from putting actual transplants into the ground. So today we're going to start some seeds.
When starting your seedlings, you have a lot of choices. I've used pretty much all of them, from regular peat pots to the discs that expand when water hits them to a planter. I don't really care for the peat pots or the discs. I found that they never break down in the soil quite as fast or quite as much as promised. And I'm a little concerned that the discs might actually hold back the roots. This guy was used a year ago, and it looks just like I filled it with water this year for planting. Not much degradation in the soil.
So I'm ready to go ahead and start planting some seeds into my planter here. I've already talked about how I prefer these 3-inch pots over, say, the discs. Today I'm planting celery seeds, and celery seeds are quite tiny. So I'm going to take a little pinch of celery seeds and put them into the middle of each of my pots. Now I'm getting 4, 5, 6, 8, however many seeds into the top of each one. I'm not terribly worried about it. There were several hundred seeds that came into the package. This gives me a greater probability of germination, and I can thin these as they get larger. Eventually, I'm only going to transplant 1 celery per pot, because celery is one of those things that will easily crowd each other out and make it so that they don't grow. So my celery is in. They've been covered up just a little bit. I'm going to put a touch of water on the top of each one to start the process. And now I'm going to turn this into a little bit of a greenhouse. I'm going to take regular old plastic wrap. The wind today is not helping me at all. I am going to cover this with plastic wrap. And the wind really isn't my friend. I'm going to try this differently. Now you know if there was any questions of how much of this was being staged. I'm doing it right here for you. So, plastic wrap. And to make sure it stays closed, I'm going to do it on both directions. Now what this does, I'm going to put this in a windowsill. In my house, the best windowsills are east facing. This will create a small greenhouse effect for my seeds and will allow them to continue to grow.
And there you have it. One pot system placed in the window, ready to start germinating. We'll check on the progress of these seedlings in a week ago. Resist the temptation to take the plastic off of them just to see how they look. You'll see that they start gathering water on the plastic very soon, creating its own greenhouse effect. Until next time, happy gardening.